Hello, beautiful and powerful women. Welcome to Susan Unleashed. This podcast is for any woman who wants to live a gorgeous life on her terms and who knows that not only is being a woman enough, it is the key to everything. I'm your host, Susan Elizabeth, certified professional coach, #1 best-selling author, and Energy Leadership Index master practitioner. I fiercely support women who are passionate about elevating their lives while embracing their truest selves. Are you ready to unleash your power? Hello, beautiful, authentic, and powerful women. Welcome to this week's episode. I want to talk about authenticity this week. I want to start with a quote from Brené Brown. Many of you know Brené Brown and know of her. I have learned so much through reading her work, watching her speak. So here's a quote on authenticity. Authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. By Brené Brown. I love that quote by Brené. I want to talk about authenticity today because every single one of us has shown up or is still showing up in our lives not being fully authentic. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because when we can live more in our authenticity, we get to experience being valued, being seen, being heard, being respected, having more joy, having more ease and flow, having more power in our lives. There's so much more power. And it's actually exhausting not being authentic. I know this personally because I've been on my own journey with really being authentic and who I am. And who am I? Is Susan as an authentic human being. I am creative. I am sensitive. I am very strong in my belief system. I hold very powerful values. I'm a leader. I'm a coach. I'm a wife. I am a sister, a daughter, a cousin, a niece. I am a friend. I am an artist. I'm a creative. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a CEO. I'm a leader. I'm in leadership. I've been in leadership in my corporate career as an executive. And I'm also wild. I'm fierce. I'm luscious. I'm juicy. I'm provocative. I'm empowering. I'm empowered. I am a lot of things. So I'm going to just stop there. I want you to think about all of the things that you are and who you are, because the very first step in authenticity is awareness in who you are. And then your talents and your strengths and who you want to further develop into and become at a deeper level. This is authenticity. Authenticity is a very, very powerful, powerful way to be. It's about a choice to live in your honesty about who you are and put that out into the world. And the reason why we don't do this is because we live in fear. Fear of not being liked, fear of not being accepted, fear of being judged, fear of being criticized, fear of not being perceived as good enough. Whatever that fear is for you, that will overrule you being authentic. Because when we decide and choose to live in choice and be authentic, we can then have the courage. It takes courage. Remember, that's what we do as high value women. We have the courage to be seen and heard and valued and authentic, living in our true innate power. But when we can live in this place and show up fully in our lives, we get to experience having things that were not available to us when we were shrinking back, making ourselves small, keeping ourselves hidden or parts of ourselves hidden because we didn't fully want to reveal ourselves. And it's not about not putting it all out there. There's a choice. There's a difference between having discernment about how much we share with somebody versus sharing everything. Like, you just don't get to show up and spew and tell your whole life story to a stranger unless that's what you want. And when trust is earned, trust has to be built, right? So it's having that, it's still owning discernment. It's still having discernment for who you are and how much you get to share with people, groups of people, or situations, whatever that is. I'm not talking about that. We need to have discernment, but I'm talking about having that discernment, but then completely owning who you are unapologetically, authentically, with authenticity, who you are, your full self, right? So the first step is awareness, really getting in the relationship with understanding who you are and having that relationship with that full awareness of who am I authentically. And then the second step is having the courage to be honest and put yourself out there with discernment and sharing who you are, to be seen, heard, valued, respected, whatever it is that you want. And having the discernment, pulling back where you need to, but sharing that and letting that truth be seen. Because I know for me, my experience is when I wasn't authentic, it kind of sucked. It was hard. I wasn't living my life in flow. I was running away from myself. I was putting suits of armor on. I was hiding who I was on a daily basis because I didn't, underneath all of that, the reason why I wasn't fully authentic is I was scared. I was fearful of being judged and criticized and not perceived as worthy or good enough. And I had to do that work around myself and my journey of really understanding, like, I am good enough. I always have been, and I always will be. And the more authentic that I can be, and the more I know myself, and the more I put myself out there with discernment, the happier I am, the more flow and ease I have in my life, the more things flow to me because I'm living in that state. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Whatever energy you're resonating at, that is the energy you are going to be connecting into and attracting into your life, which is why I want to have a conversation around authenticity. It's you, it's for you. It's honesty. After you put yourself out there and you practice being authentic, and again, it takes practice. And again, you don't have to expose all of yourself. I'm not saying that. Again, it comes back to that discernment part of this. But it's showing up for your life fully, because you have this one life. Your job and your life purpose in this life is to show up as you. You are the only being on this entire planet that has who you are and what you offer to the world. And the world needs something from you. That's why you are here. And you are here to experience all that life offers, showing up as your full self so you can receive all that is yours and what you truly want. And how are you going to do that if you're hiding or running away from or shrinking back from or not fully authentically being yourself out in the world? So I want that for you, to be authentic. Okay. Authenticity, very powerful place to be. It takes work, it takes time, and it takes courage to show up and to do that, to know yourself and to continue to do that for yourself. But why not? I ask, why not? So my ask for you is, over the next week, what is the one thing that you can do to be more authentic in your life with someone or a situation, with whatever that is in your life? How can you be more authentic out into the world and put yourself more into the world over this next week? Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will look forward to seeing you next week in next week's episode. Until then, have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you would leave me a review or share it with someone else who may enjoy it too. To stay connected with me, please head on over to SusanElizabethCoaching.com And make sure that you sign up for my tips on how to live an unleashed life full of passion and purpose. Until next time, go live an unleashed life.